Are you ready to answer hard financial questions across all your not-for-profit education programs? Do you struggle to consolidate information, provide real-time analysis on combined financial and operational information, or document decisions in the context of financial records? Are you GAAP compliant and audit ready? Introducing Sage Intacct, the cloud financial management solution meeting the demands of growing education not-for-profit organizations. Let me briefly show you Sage Intacct's tools for keeping you in control across your organization. In this simple example, an education not-for-profit organization has a school for special needs students, a community literary center, and a scholarship fund that each run as separate entities. Leaders in each entity see just the entity they manage. The school director sees just the school. The literacy center director sees just the literacy center, and so on. The CFO and controller see across all the entities. Conversations in Sage Intacct Collaborate indicate that an increase in literacy center students has put a strain on resources. A special board meeting has been called for this afternoon. We start with a built-in role-based dashboard that instantly captures financial and operational information for the organization, in this case, the special needs school. We can see the operating expenses are within budget. Drilling down, we can see the detail and see that the fund remains adequate to support the mission. We can see statistical information about enrollment, pushed from the external tuition management system using Sage Intacct's Open API. Jumping over to the dashboard for the Literacy Center, we see an overrun in expenses compared to the previous period. By combining captured external or statistical information with financials, we can easily see that cost per user remains steady. An increase in users indicates a need to increase funding or redirect users to another center. Moving over to look at the scholarship, we see that donations there are up and operation expenses are well within budget. We see that the scholarship has received a much-needed donation, which can help fund expanding reach. Also, by setting up program as a dimension, we can see a breakout of donations and expenses across different programs run by the scholarship, such as academic, art, service, and needs-based. Each of the entities we've looked at has a different focus but a shared chart of accounts, and the board of directors wants a top-down picture this afternoon. Because a shared chart of accounts provides for continual consolidation, we're able to roll up financial and statistical information and see across the entire organization. In the top-level view, we see that overall, we're doing well. We see an instant view of metrics, graphs of expenditure budgets and actuals, and drillable report views of the revenue and expenditures across entities. Beyond tracking what you did and when you did it, it's important to leverage Sage Intacct's real-time communication to keep your entire organization informed about why you did it. Rather than relying on disparate email strings, Intacct provides a consistent front-to-back office collaboration tool. You collaborate on key information to make decisions, and then document those decisions in the context of financial records they relate to. In this example, the CFO states, based on the consolidated view we've seen today, we need to address increased usage of the Literacy Center, which needs to maintain per-student spending to remain effective. Can we reach out to donors supporting the school and scholarship fund and ask them to participate or allow funds to go to the Literacy Center? Notice a snapshot of the chart showing the current expenditures, now permanently stored with the conversation. A follow-up note by the controller says, we've identified unrestricted funds that can be reallocated in the near term. We can also begin outreach to the donor base from our other entities. A year or more from now, when the board is discussing why they reallocated funds, they can replace recollections and speculation with a documented decision and audit trail. Regardless of the diverse missions of the nonprofit entities, the CFO and board can view, drill, slice, and dice for all entities and across all dimensions like programs. With dozens or even hundreds of entities, the process is the same. In summary, using Sage Intacct's dashboards as a starting point, we viewed and analyzed the data and results in real time, using financial and operational data consolidated from across the organization. External data pushed over Sage Intacct's Open API allows real-time visibility across integrated systems. We drilled down to see the meaning behind the numbers, transactions, and collaborative conversations. Based on this information, we made key decisions about the direction of the organization. And then, and this is important, We documented those decisions in the context of the financial records for future conversations. Along the way, automated processes keep the organization GAAP compliant and audit ready. Whether you support schools, research, or education support organizations, on-site or remote, Sage Intacct provides real-time visibility to help ensure proactive management to maximize stewardship and mission impact. Start gaining greater financial control and insight across your organization today by scheduling a live demo of Sage Intacct.